today's video, we are going to tackle another mending pile. If you love sewing or if you don't know anything about sewing but might want to learn, you should stick around. I'm just going to share a few items I mended recently for my winter pile to be put away for the season, because I just swapped my closet for spring and summer, and what better time than today to just adjust a few things before I put everything away. We've got a super cozy fleece hoodie, very cute model that I thrifted this winter, a pair of pants that I really love that I think are so elegant that I also thrifted recently, but the waist was too small, so we're gonna see how to make a waistband bigger. We have not only 2 but 3 pairs of gloves, including my ski gloves that I recently used and abused, and I actually have owned the pair for over a decade and I still want to use them. I love them. The seams started to fall apart, so we're gonna fix those. A tiny fix on my favorite beanie that was gifted to me for my birthday by a dear friend last year. One of the bows fell off of the beanie, so we're gonna fix that. And you might find this a little extreme in today's era, but you know what? I'm also gonna fix and mend my socks. I really like this pair of socks. It's a beautiful color. It matches a bunch of items in my wardrobe and I just want to keep using them. And so instead of buying a new pair, I'm just gonna fix it. I've got holes now on both socks, so I'm just going to hand sew it back. I did it on another pair, same model, different color, and it worked like a charm, so I don't see why I couldn't just do the same on this pair. I am going to use my sewing machine for the pants and for the hoodie. For the rest, it's going to be hand sewing. If you like the idea of maintaining items that you love for longer or just adjusting them to your size, instead of buying new, just fixing or adjusting the pieces that you already have, you should stick around. I hope this is going to motivate you and inspire you to do the same on your own clothes. And if you're here to chill, relax, and just hang with me while I fix my items, that sounds absolutely amazing too. So let's get going. So this is the new pair. It is secondhand. This pair is from Japan. The tag is Japanese. I really like the color and the pattern. Now the main issue is that the waist is way too small. As you can see, I cannot actually close the pants, so I am going to work on the waist to make it bigger, which shouldn't be too much of an issue because the waist has 2 elastic portions in the back, and my idea is simply to just remove the elastic. Right now I could close it, but because the elastic is very tight and fitted, it would still be uncomfortable. If I remove both elastics, I should be able to close it with no issue and make it more comfortable, but still fitted. I might have to just shift the buttons just ever so slightly if the elastic is not enough. I will also definitely iron this pair of pants because it will look much better. So here is the part with the elastic, and if I remove it, because it's very tight, if I just remove it, this is how much I'll get with no resistance, and hopefully that'll be just enough to be more comfortable and to fit my waist. So I'm just going to unpick the seams here where the elastic is sewn onto. We'll see how that goes. I think I might just need to redo just the bottom seam. Let's start unpicking. I accidentally unpicked the loop belt here, but I can just tuck it back on. I'm gonna get rid of the threads. I am going to iron this flat and do the same on the other side and make sure that I just sew this seam back and it'll be perfect. Voilà. So this is the before, and this is the after. Yay! Well, this is such a comfortable fit now. I am very, very comfortable. I really like large waistbands. I really like high-waisted pants too. It just suits my figure really nicely. I need to have a very defined waist to help define curves a little more on my body. Otherwise, I'm an H type, so it would be a little less defined. This is so nice. I feel very beautiful in this outfit. It's simple, but it just works. Let me show you paired with other items in my wardrobe, because this pair of pants and this color combination works so nicely with so many items in my wardrobe. Did I match my pants to my hair clip? Yes, I did. I mean, I couldn't pass this. It's too good, right? I had to get it. It matches my pants. Hello. I really, really like the color combination of blue and brown. I think it is so nice, so elevated. I know some people don't like it, but yeah, to me, blue and brown, it's so good. A little bit more of a relaxed look here with a sweater instead of a knit. Perfect. Love it. Next up, we've got my super cute and cozy fleece hoodie. This one was secondhand and there was only one issue. It was way too tight in the armpit area. I couldn't move. It was restrictive. I couldn't really wear a thick layer underneath. I had to add more room to that area and I was looking for extra fabric I could use, and this is what I came up with. So here you can see that the pom-pom here was actually 2 squares of fabric. I removed the one on the left. Let's undo the second pom-pom. So I just undid the little ball that was at the end of my cord. I'm lucky because it's not stuffed. It's more like a square that was turned inside out or outside in after being sewn in a circle, and so there is extra fabric, and this is absolutely perfect. I can use this extra fabric matching the top to add a little more ease or a little more room under the armpits where it was too tight. I'm lucky I have the exact matching fabric, using the 2 balls that I didn't really like because it was getting in the way, and so it's really nice to just being able to reuse this, and it's going to be more comfortable, easier to wear without the bulk of the ball at the end of the cords, more room under the armpits where I needed it. I opened the underarm seam to insert the 4 squares, so I'm just going to sew together the 4 squares and then add them to the seam. So here are my 4 squares. I'm just going to attach them together using the serger here, here, and here. And once I'll get the long rectangle, I'll cut this in half and then maybe just taper the ends and fit it in my 2 seams. So here are my 4 squares assembled. Obviously you can see the seams, but it's a very fuzzy fabric and it's going to be under the arm, so it's not really going to be visible. And now I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise, and here are the 2 pieces now cut. I am going to attach it. Well, first I'm going to taper the ends and then attach it. So this is the waist, super minimal, and these are my pieces that I can now attach using the serger. I'm using clips, and I'm just going to sew the first seam and then go ahead and clip and sew the other one. This seam here matches the seam between the front piece and the arm piece. So at least this one is going to match. That's what I decided to do to make it less visible even. And this is what it looks like. Of course, you can see the pieces, but since it's under the arm, it's not that visible when you wear the garment, and it's way more comfortable. I can wear a thick layer underneath and be comfy. So I'm gonna do the other arm and call it a day. Et voila! My work here is done. This is the left side, right side. It's not perfect, but the fit is so good and I can comfortably wear this now. Very happy with this. I can tell you guys, I wear this hoodie all the time. Moving on to my 3 pairs of gloves. Actually, this pair and the next one are a gift from my mom. Thank you, Mom. This one just needed a little bit of TLC. I simply snipped the hanging threads and decided to cut the label off because it was completely faded and there was no point in keeping it. It was also sticking out every now and again, so we are entering a more relaxed portion of this video. I guess you don't really need a voiceover for this, just sit back, relax, enjoy the show. So for the ski gloves, I'm going to double the thread because I really want it to be more resistant and stronger. So I'm going to use a double thread. I'm first gonna fix this hole here. So first I'm gonna anchor my thread. I'm gonna try and place this back the way it should be on this pair of gloves. The thumb fabric is not damaged. It's the upper portion here, this side, that is damaged. Much better. Much better. You can't even tell. I'm just going back with a ladder stitch just to really reinforce the seam. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. And for this piece here, this is used to remove fog from your goggles. I want to keep it. I'm just going to reinforce the edges as they started to fray and detach from this piece. Isn't this beanie so precious and so pretty? One of my bows fell. And that's totally a super quick and easy fix. So I'm first gonna anchor my thread exactly where the previous stitch was. I don't want to change the position. So in order to anchor, I'm just gonna have one loop, and I doubled the thread here. One loop, and you just stitch through the loop, and then making sure it's actually sitting straight. Perfect. Et voilà! Ready for next season. Alors, my socks. You might ask, why do you bother sewing holes in a pair of socks in 2026? Well, the reason is, first of all, I find it very relaxing to sew. And second of all, I really like this pair of socks. I really like the color. I like the texture. I just think it's a little dumb to throw it in the trash if it'll only take me a few minutes to fix. So that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe I should time this to see how long it would take me. Got a gray thread that you can't see, so I'm gonna use the gray thread. Let's time this, shall we? You can see where I started here. I'll make sure to cut the thread, and where I am, it is so quick. You can't tell. That's great. That's it. That took me 3 minutes, and I was filming. How long would it take me to go to the store and buy a new pair? This pair could also use the razor. Same on the other side, rounder though. Interesting. Definitely not aiming for pretty here, but functional. So this one is actually a little harder to fix, Because of the shape of the hole, it's like bigger and just round. The other one was more like a slit. But still, I think it'll work. Well, this one took approximately 3 minutes as well, actually. Not pretty, but enough to be worn again for a little bit. Yay! I really hope that this inspired you, that you had a great time watching me fix my items. Future me is gonna thank me for this work because I know that I'm gonna be super happy to find these items all fixed and ready for me in the winter time. I share a lot of sewing content, intentional living content, so make sure to stick around. I also have videos on home decor, DIYs. My next video is most likely going to be a room makeover, so you should absolutely stay tuned. Let me know in the comments what you're working on, if you do know how to sew, or if you just got inspired to get going on some sewing and mending. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys!